All right, guys, we're here with Global Racing League Arca Series. We got the Florida Weather 200 here at USA International Speedway. We're going to be doing 200 laps, fixed setups in the Arca cars. They're qualifying right now. I accidentally joined the wrong way, so I can't watch their qualifying. We got about 30 seconds left of qualifying, and then they'll grid up. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. I'm filling in for Mike Lester. He had a medical procedure, so he can't really talk right now. I thought it was supposed to be on Global Racing Esports Network, but couldn't get a hold of him, so we'll just do it on my channel. All right, go over the starting grid here. Justin Blanc got the pole. Daniel Ott second. DJ Honeycutt third. Mark Shearward fourth. Don Blazer fifth. Mark Royce sixth. Donnie Honeycutt seventh. Stephen Hayes eighth. Michael Hayes ninth. Steve Gerber 10th. Jeff Weimer 11th. Matthew Escalera 12th. Dwayne Honeycutt 13th. 14th is going to be Ricky Hudgens, and 15th is Tyler Honeycutt. We're riding with Justin LeBlanc, the pole sitter. Lights are out on the pace car. Will be going green next time by. Should be a pretty interesting race. We're winding down to the end of the season here. I believe DJ Honeycutt's in the lead in the points, which he's starting third. It's going to be definitely, I feel like, a race of attrition here. They got to make sure they take care of the cars. Short track racing, so there's probably going to be a little beating and banging.
Green flag.
Here we go. Green flag's out. Yeah, Philip, it was going to be dirt, but they ended up changing it to asphalt. LeBlanc gets a pretty good start there. He's on the inside. He's going to have the advantage. Daniel should get a good run off the turn here. Side by side going down into turn 3. Daniel Ott was wiggling there back and forth. Looks like LeBlanc going to clearly take the lead at this point. You got DJ Honeygut challenging Daniel Ott on the bottom as well. I think that bottom line's definitely going to be where the speed is tonight. Daniel Ott's doing a good job of challenging him on the outside, but just going to have the bigger advantage in the turn. DJ gets the spot. Oh, we got a spin. Don Blazer got tagged by Mark Sherwood back there.
Caution, caution. You doing there, bud?
Caution's out. We'll go back and take a look at that. Yeah, I believe Mark Sherwood just gets him in the rear end right here. Yep. Don went up the track a little bit, and Sherwood got into the back of him. Don should be all right. These cars are pretty hardy. He doesn't look like he has much damage. He'll definitely be able to continue on. That's our first caution of the night. Comes at lap 4. I think it's probably a little too early for these guys to come down and get tires. They only got 3 sets of tires in the pits to last them 200 laps, so they're going to want to use them wisely. Don, looks like Mike Hayes went into the pits. Doesn't look like he has any damage. We'll see if he's changing tires or not. Nope, doesn't look like it. Just topping off on fuel. We'll go through the field real quick while we got a chance. We got the 85 Justin LeBlanc, the 15 of DJ Honeycutt, the 4 car of Daniel Ott, 44 Mark Sherwood, the 50 car of Mark Royce, 8 car of Stephen Hayes, 12 car Donnie Honeycutt, 19 Steve Gerber, the 73 Mission 22 car Jeff Weimer, 21 car of Matthew Escalera, 17 of hold on, I don't know. I gotta look at that's sorry, Dwayne Honeycutt, sorry, Jesus. 28 of Ricky Hudgens, the 7 car of Tyler Honeycutt, 14 of Don Blazer, and the 99 of Michael Hayes. Looks like we're going to restart with probably on lap around 8 or 9. Again, 200 lap race here at USA International Speedway here in Lakeland, Florida. They're double filed, ready to start here. Should be coming to the green flag this time by. Pace car pulls down. LeBlanc gets a great restart. He'll clearly have the advantage into turn 1. Looks like Daniel Ott was peeking underneath DJ, but DJ secured the spot. Everyone's single file for the most part, except back here. Yeah, everyone's single file pretty much. LeBlanc still in the lead with DJ right behind him. We know DJ's usually pretty good about tire conservation here, so we'll see how this kind of plays out. I think DJ's in a good spot right here. Just ride behind LeBlanc, maybe force LeBlanc to drive a little harder than he needs to. See if you can get him to wear his stuff out. Again, everyone's still pretty much single file here. They got a lot of laps, so hopefully these guys will settle in, race smart. LeBlanc's doing a great job right now, maintaining the lead. DJ's right behind him there, putting a good amount of pressure on him. These guys can do about 130 laps on their fuel run. I don't think they'll probably want to run that long on these tires, but we'll see how it plays out. See Daniel Ott's about a car length behind DJ. Stephen Hayes is pretty much right there on the bumper of Daniel Ott, and then there's about a 2 or 3 car gap back to Mark Sherwood. Also followed closely by Mark Royce. Got another little gap back here, maybe a car length or 2 to Donnie Honeycutt, Steve Gerber, Matthew Escalera, Jeff Weimer, Ricky Hudgens, Don Blazer. Go back up to the front here. No change. Looks like LeBlanc's actually opening up a little bit of a space there. DJ's not quite as close as he was on the previous laps. Guy's doing a good job of keeping the race clean right now. We're almost 20 laps in. We've had 1 caution. Let's go take a ride in the cockpit cam here with you can see how loose these cars are. You see the counter steer that LeBlanc's putting into the car, especially off the turn there. He's turning right. Even getting into the turn there, he's real gentle with the steering wheel. Looks like DJ's still hanging right there with LeBlanc. Tyler Honeycutt back here in 15th. With Dwayne Honeycutt right there in 14th. Michael Hayes. Kind of odd to see him back here. He's usually up there with the front runners. Don Blazer looks like he's recovered pretty well. Sitting here in 12th. Right behind Ricky Hudgens. Got some side-by-side action here between Steve Gerber and Donnie Honeycutt. Again, I believe Steve has the preferred line down on the bottom there. Looks like he's going to get the pass done. Still no change at the front of the field here. LeBlanc's out in the lead with DJ following close behind. Oh, DJ got a little loose there off the exit of turn 4. Looks like LeBlanc and DJ are starting to put a little bit of a gap on Daniel Ott here. It's about a 3-car length gap. And there's a pretty good sized gap between Ott and Stephen Hayes. But then you got these, got Mark Sherwood and Mark Royce, along with Stephen Hayes, battling pretty good there. All 3 of them in a row. You can see all these guys are fighting a loose off condition. Again, back to the front. Still got a good battle here between Justin LeBlanc and DJ Honeycutt. Really no separation at all. They're coming up on some lap traffic here. Looks like Dwayne Honeycutt might be in jeopardy of going a lap down. Again, sorry, we only got myself tonight, so just me announcing the race by myself. Mike Lester had a medical procedure done today and can't really talk too much, so he asked me if I would help him out tonight. So hopefully you guys enjoy the race. Looks like DJ's starting to try to set up LeBlanc here, maybe try to make a move. Lap traffic could definitely play a big role tonight. Definitely going to be a lot of lap traffic. Again, we got the 17 of Dwayne Honeycutt up here, about 10 car lengths away from the leaders. It looks like DJ might be forcing LeBlanc to drive a little harder into the turns than he really needs to. DJ took a peek there on the inside, but decided not to try to force it too much. These guys are all still pretty much single filed out here. Once things settle down up front here a little bit, I'll run through the field again, let you guys know where everyone's at. Looks like DJ might be getting out of the turns just a little bit better than LeBlanc. Now they're about 5 car lengths away from Dwayne Honeycutt. Daniel Otts actually ran these guys back down. Maybe he was saving tires. Looks like DJ's starting to struggle a little bit. He's getting real loose off every turn here. Might have heated his tires up a little bit too much trying to make that pass on Justin. So they pretty much caught Dwayne right here, so hopefully lap traffic won't play too big of a factor, but just LeBlanc's definitely going to have to find a way around him that doesn't kill his speed, and DJ got a good run off that turn. Looks like he's peeking on the inside. Oh, and yep, there he goes, spun LeBlanc.
All right, buddy, you had a couple laps by yourself there. How'd it feel?
We'll go back and take a look at that. I don't even know if the caution came out. Oh, yeah, caution's out. We'll go back and look at that. I think that's a tough one to call. Let's see. Go to far chase here. Definitely looks like DJ has his nose in there. Yeah, LeBlanc kind of just came down and kind of tried to pinch him off there, and DJ just didn't really give him the room. Not really sure you can put a fault on anyone there. I think LeBlanc's trying to avoid the lap traffic, but DJ definitely had his nose in there. Just wasn't enough room for LeBlanc to come down. It's a tough break for LeBlanc. He had a good car. He was running up front. See if he can get back up there. Doesn't look like his car is destroyed, but definitely got some damage hitting that outside wall. Yeah, looks like his suspension's messed up, so we'll see here. He's probably going to go some laps down, so that might be the end of the night for LeBlanc as far as trying to get the win. It's a tough break, hard racing. Hey, Diggs, how's it going? Again, just my opinion, it didn't look like there was anything intentional there. Just hard racing, probably a little bit, maybe a little aggressive for the point in the race that we're at, but it looks like it's hard to pass here tonight, so can't blame DJ. He had a nose in there and just didn't want to give up that ground. See LeBlanc still on pit road, so he's definitely already a lap down, probably.
Just, I don't know if you can hear me, but I did not mean to hit you there. You just came across my nose so fast I couldn't check up at all.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where your brother was going. That's why wasn't even paying attention in my rearview mirror.
Give you guys a quick rundown of the field. So now in first place, we got DJ Honeycutt, followed by Daniel Ott, Mark Royce, Donnie Honeycutt, Matthew Escalera, Jeff Weimer, Michael Hayes, Ricky Hudgens in 8th, Don Blazer in 9th, Tyler Honeycutt in 10th, Stephen Hayes in 11th, Mark Sherwood in 12th, Steve Gerber in 13th, Donnie Honeycutt in 14th, and Justin LeBlanc is 2 or 3 laps down now, still in the pits, getting his damage worked on. So that probably going to end his night. Again, definitely probably ends his chances of winning the race. See if he comes out and gets his damage fixed and tries to salvage his best finish he can. Lights are out on the pace car. Pace car's ducking off. Looks like we're going green.
Green flag.
DJ gets a pretty good jump there on the restart. Clearly in the lead here going into 1. Looks like Mark Royce is battling on the inside with Daniel Ott here. Ott should have the advantage down the straightaway, and then I'm sure he's going to cut the inside off. Single filed out pretty quickly here. Looks like we got some side-by-side battling between Ricky Hudgens and Don Blazer. Ricky's on the outside, Don's on the inside. Don should have the advantage in the turns, but Ricky's going to get that run down the straightaway. Looks like Don's going to be able to get the pass done. DJ starting to open up a little gap here on Daniel Ott. We'll see how Ott stays with DJ here. Looks like Daniel Ott had saved his tires pretty well that last run, so he does the same thing here. See if he'll be able to run DJ down further in the run. Looks like Mark Royce is challenging Daniel here, trying to peek his nose inside. Looks like Matthew Escalera might have got loose there off the turn, allowed Michael Hayes to make the pass. Jeff Weimer's on the outside of Escalera, going into one. Jeff's trying to hang tough out there, but Escalera's is going to have the better run off the turn there. Now Don Blazer's looking on the inside of Jeff. Oh, Mark Royce just came together with Donnie Honeycutt.
Caution.
My bad.
Go back and take a look at that. It looked like, from my view, it looked like Royce just got loose off the turn and got into the side of Honeycutt. Tends to happen running out there on the high side. Yeah, he just comes off the turn, loses it, and just gets into the side of Donnie right there, and they both end up in the wall. I don't think either of them will have anything crazy damage. They'll both definitely be able to continue. Looks like DJ and everyone's coming. Well, DJ came down. Looks like Mike Hayes and a few of the guys stayed out. But the two leaders, DJ Honeycutt and Daniel Ott, both came down pit road. Not sure if it's a top off or change tires. Yeah, looks like they're both changing tires, so that should only leave them with one more set, I think, in the pits. Mark Royce obviously down, probably trying to get some of that damage fixed. That's going to give the lead to Mike Hayes, followed by Matthew Escalera, Don Blazer, Jeff Weimer, Donnie Honeycutt, and Stephen Hayes. We just hit a quarter way through the race. We're at lap 50. It's our third caution, I believe. Got some new front runners out here. We'll see how they handle being in the lead of the race and how their pace is. No problem, Ron. Lights should go out on the pace car this time by. We'll get back to green in about a lap and a half here. When we restart, it's going to be Michael Hayes in the lead, Matthew Escalera second, Don Blazer third, Jeff Weimer fourth, Donnie Honeycutt fifth, Stephen Hayes 6th. Ricky Hudgens 7th. Mark Sherwood 8th. Steve Gerber 9th. Tyler Honeycutt 10th. Dwayne Honeycutt 11th. DJ Honeycutt 12th. Daniel Ott 13th. Mark Royce 14th. Justin LeBlanc is back out on the track, but he is 14 laps down. And his car is still looking worse for wear there. Definitely still got some damage on the left side of that car where he backed it into the wall. Again, tough break for LeBlanc. Looked like he had some great pace tonight and just...
Green flag.
All right, back green. Sorry about that. We got Michael Hayes. Got a good jump on the restart there. Clearly in the lead. Everyone else behind him pretty much still 2x2. We got Don Blazer on the inside here. Looks like Escalera is going to get clear. Now Don and Jeff are side by side battling for third. And then right behind them, you got Stephen Hayes and Donnie Honeycutt battling as well. Looks like Don Blazer is going to get third spot from Jeff Weimer. Also looks like Stephen Hayes is going to be solidly in the 5th spot ahead of Donnie Honeycutt. Back in the lead here, we got Michael Hayes pulling out to a 6/10 of a second lead. We'll see how he maintains that. Looks like he's gapping him a little bit right now, up to 7/10. Escalera is not a full-time driver in any of the series this year, but he's in the Air Force and has to leave pretty often, so he's back now. Great to see him on the track. He's always a good racer, always has some pretty good pace, so we'll see what he can do, take care of his tires, see if he can run Michael Hayes back down. But right now, Mike Hayes is looking pretty smooth. Not really sliding that car around too much, and that's definitely going to be good for the tires on the long run. Pretty much got single filed out again until back here. Donnie Honeycutt and Mark Sherwood side by side, battling for the 6th position. And they got pressure right there, trying to go 3 wide. Ooh, that's close. Ricky Hudgens is battling right there with those guys. 3 wide will not work here at USA International Speedway. Just not wide enough to do it. I know Ricky's probably trying to work through traffic here and pick up some spots, but he's going to have to be patient. Sherwood got pretty loose on exit right there, gave Donnie the spot back, and also Ricky takes advantage of that and dives down on the inside. Now we got Ricky Hudgens and Mark Sherwood battling for the 7th spot. Looks like Ricky's going to have the advantage. Oh, and they get into each other.
Why would you stay on me like that, bro?
Caution somewhere. Caution.
Oh, I got a lot of people involved. Looks like we had a wreck after the wreck. Go back and take a look at that. Oh, DJ just got in, tried to avoid that. Turned down and got into the rear of Ott there. And then Ott ended up catching him. DJ doesn't look like he's going to have too much damage from that, but Ott went into the wall head first. That's probably going to be... That's going to cause some havoc for sure. We'll watch here from Ott's car. Watch from his cockpit here. I don't think he had any idea this was coming. Saw that and then just got turned right into the wall. Yeah, it's definitely going to be some engine damage for sure. That's a tough break for those guys. Go back and look at what happened between Ricky Hudgens and Mark Sherwood here. I think Mark just kind of stayed right on his door, and Ricky was running a little higher than I think Sherwood thought he was going to. So you can see Ricky gets into the turn, but he washes up the track here. He continues to go up the track. And yeah, they just kind of collected each other there. They're pretty much 3 wide.
Yeah, that's. I'd like to protest that.
Hudgens clearly not happy with what
We'll
happened
check
there.
everything after the race, Ricky.
Yeah, it looks like Mark kind of just came down on him actually a little bit, caught him in the right rear and just drove him into the outside wall. Yeah, Mark Royce's car is definitely hurt. He's crab walking. It's tough luck for him as well. He had very good pace most of the night, but that's probably going to take a little while to fix that. So with that, that still leaves Michael Hayes in the lead, Matthew Escalera behind him in second, Don Blazer in third, Jeff Weimer in fourth, Stephen Hayes in fifth, Donnie Honeycutt in sixth, Steve Gerber in seventh, which he was right there in that as well. He missed it all, so that's pretty good luck for him and good driving. In eighth, we got Dwayne Honeycutt, got Tyler Honeycutt in ninth, DJ Honeycutt in 10th. And again, same thing for DJ. He definitely got some damage out of that, but I don't think anything that's catastrophic. Just some aero, maybe. I don't think any engine damage, and aero's not huge here, so I think he'll be fine. In 11th, we got Mark Sherwood. 12th, Daniel Ott. And 13th, Justin LeBlanc. LeBlanc is now 9 laps down. I believe Ricky Hudgens is out of the race. Lights are out on the pace car. We'll be going green this time by. Again, guys, sorry if the announcing's not great. I'm in here by myself tonight. Mike Lester couldn't be here due to some medical procedures. Just broadcasting it for these guys. Pace car's in.
Green flag.
Mike Hayes gets another great jump on the restart. Should solidly be in first. We got some side-by-side with Don Blazer and Matthew Escalera for second. Looks like Escalera's got the spot pretty well in hand. Now Don's battling Jeff Weimer on the outside here. You can see that run Jeff gets down the straightaway is pretty good. Don's going to have the advantage in the turns. But Jeff seems like he's got it hooked up pretty good on the outside there down the straightaway. It's the only side-by-side battle we got going on right now is between Don and Jeff. Jeff getting a little loose off the turn there. I think that's going to definitely give Don the advantage here. Yep. Jeff goes in the turn a little too hot there, washes up the track, going to lose a few spots. That puts Don in third, Matthew Escalera in second, and Michael Hayes still in the lead. Mike's out to about an 8/10, 7/10 of a second lead here over Escalera. We'll watch that and see how that gap continues to either grow or get smaller as the run goes on. Again, LeBlanc's on the track, and his pace doesn't look horrible. It's just he's so many laps down, he'd have to have a lot of cautions to get back up there. Ricky's back out on the track. Looks like he's going into the pits. So it looks like the lead between Matthew Escalera and Mike Hayes is staying about the same, 0.7 of a second. Then we got Don in third, followed pretty closely by Stephen Hayes, Jeff Weimer, and Donnie Honeycutt. Also right there with them is Steve Gerber and DJ Honeycutt working his way back up through the field. Probably sit here and watch DJ for a little bit. He's already gained about 4 or 5 spots since the restart. See if he can work his way through the field. Second, the lead from Mike Hayes to Matthew Escalera is built up to about a second, 1.2 seconds. I know Steve Gerber definitely not going to give the spot to DJ. He's going to make him work for it. Gerber's a great racer. He knows how to handle his car. So DJ's going to really have to work to get around Gerb. All these guys are pretty much nose to tail. And then the leader is out to about a 1.8 second lead now. Stephen Hayes definitely with a clean car. It's going to be tough to run him down. Looks like Don might be challenging Escalera here shortly for second spot. Don should have the advantage here. He's got the inside. Looks like Don took the second spot away from Matthew Escalera. Also looks like Gerber might have got by Donnie Honeycutt here. Gerber's in 6th. Looks like Jeff is now battling with Escalera here. Escalera is kind of falling through the field here. Not sure what's going on. He's on the same amount of tires, same fresh tires as these guys. Oh, Escalera just got in the wall. Kept it up there. That's really nice of him. Gives up about 3 spots here. Jeff got by him. Gerb got by him. And it looks like Donnie's going to get by him. Stephen Hayes is now closing in on the back of Don Blazer here. And Michael Hayes has pulled out to a 3-second lead over the pack. Again, Michael Hayes, great racer, knows how to conserve his tires. So I see him being up here for a pretty good while. Doesn't look like he's sliding that car around too much, just being smooth, hitting his marks. And Don's probably driving pretty defensively right here. He's got Stephen Hayes behind him. He's definitely going to make it hard for Stephen to get around him. Make sure he covers off that inside line. Basically, I think pretty much for passing here, you pretty much got to wait for a mistake. Or put a bumper to him and move him out of the way a little bit. Looks like Steven dove it on the inside there. Don didn't really put up too much of a fight. Let him go by. Probably smart at this point in the race. We're not even halfway through the race yet. So no sense in getting wrecked for a spot at this point. So we'll see if little brother can catch big brother here. We got Michael Hayes first, Stephen Hayes second. Stephen Hayes also one of the big talents here in global racing. So we'll see if he can run his brother down. Also knows how to take care of his equipment. Right now it's at about a 3.8 second difference between first and second. So we'll see how that gap, if it shrinks or it continues to grow or just maintains. Again, these guys are pretty much single filed out. It looks like DJ was finally able to get around Matthew Escalera, and he's closing in on the back of his dad, Donnie Honeycutt. I believe Escalera just caught that opening right there. We'll go back and take a look. Yeah, he just caught the wall right there, and it got him into that outside, that opening in the track. Doesn't look like his car's hurt too much. These cars are pretty hardy about just touching the wall, so I think he's going to be fine, but he's definitely not on pace right now. Something's not to his liking in that car, and they're in fixed setup, so there's not a whole lot they can do to adjust these cars. Basically just brake bias and the way you drive it. Looks like Jeff and Steve Gerber are battling right here. Jeff was real loose coming out of turn 4. Yeah, Jeff's definitely going to give that spot up. Probably also... Blazer still in third. Stephen Hayes in second. And it looks like that gap has kind of stabilized at 4 seconds. So Michael Hayes not pulling away from his brother at this point. They're about maintaining the gap. You can hear the tires screaming here, getting around these turns. Take a cockpit view here with Michael Hayes, the leader. Yeah, you can see he's counter steering constantly there on the exit of the turn. These cars are very loose right now. They're about 50 laps on these tires, so definitely giving them some handling woes. But Michael Hayes definitely handling it pretty well. Go back and take a look at his brother. Oh, wow.
Caution, caution.
Caution's out.
Kind of walk me through a lap here, please.
I'll go back and take a look and see if I can find what happened there. Looks like Jeff Weimer is involved. Yep, Jeff got loose off the turn there. Looks like he got into Mark Royce. Royce hard into the inside wall. Probably got some engine damage for sure. Take a different angle at that. Yeah, running the high side here. I mean, it's tough because getting off the turn is get real loose on the high side up there. So pretty sure that's just what happened to Jeff here. Looks like he just loses it coming off the turn, and Royce is just down there as a bystander. Royce definitely got the worst of the incident there. Looks like everybody pitted. We can see LeBlanc still 11 laps down. Daniel Ott is the only one that looks like they're out of the race completely at this point. He's definitely not in his car. And he's not on track at all. So I'm pretty sure he's hung it up for the night. Looks like Mark Royce will be going down pit road again, trying to get some of this damage fixed. You see the front of that car is pretty bent up. Again, probably got some engine damage. It's gonna be down on horsepower. So definitely a good break for Stephen Hayes. That shrinks the gap from second to first here. He's going to be able to be right here with his brother on the restart. So we'll see how that gap, how Stephen Hayes and Mike Hayes deal with this battle here. Run through the field real quick. We got Mike Hayes in first, Stephen Hayes in second, Don Blazer in third, Donnie Honeycutt fourth, Steve Gerber fifth, Matthew Escalera sixth, Tyler Honeycutt seventh, Mark Shearwood 8th, Donnie Honeycutt 9th, DJ 10th, Jeff Weimer 11th, Weimer was able to stay on the lead lap. Royce looks like he was able to fix his car pretty well. We're back green. Again, Michael Hayes gets a good restart there. Clearly in the lead. Single file for the first 4 cars here. Don gets pretty loose coming off turn 4 there. Got some side-by-side battling between DJ and Mark Shearwood. Looks like DJ has a spot. The battle of the brothers up here, first and second. Oh, Don just loses control off the exit of the turn.
How you doing in there, kid?
Causes a pretty good pile up. I don't think anybody's too damaged there. We'll watch this from a different angle. Going the far chase here. Yeah, you can just see he's already sideways. Gives it a little too much gas off the exit of the turn. Collects Steve Gerber. And that looks like Jeff and Ricky Hudgens barely slide into the wall down there. I believe all 4 of those cars will be able to continue on with no problem at all. Just some hot tires for sure. Again, these guys only had 3 sets of tires in the pit, so tire management is definitely going to be a thing. It looks like they all pitted on lap 95, so I think most of these guys probably got one set of tires left in the pits, and some of these guys might not have any tires left, so... Hey, how's it going, Diggs? Again, if you guys are just joining us, it's the Global Racing League Arca Series at USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida. And we're running the Florida Weather 200 here. These guys are 5 laps over halfway. Had a handful of cautions. Only one car, looks like maybe 2 cars now, completely out of the race. Mike Lester is the one that usually broadcasts this on Global Racing Esports Network, but he had a medical procedure done today that didn't allow him to broadcast the race, so I'm filling in for him. Do a quick rundown here before we restart. Mike Hayes first, Stephen Hayes second, Donnie Honeycutt third, Matthew Escalera fourth, DJ Honeycutt fifth, Tyler Honeycutt sixth, Dwayne Honeycutt seventh, Don Blazer eighth, Steve Gerber ninth, Jeff Weimer 10th, Mark Sherwood 11th, and Mark Royce, I believe he's 3 laps down, is in 12th, and Ricky Hudgens, 12 laps down, is in 13th. Justin LeBlanc and Daniel Ott are not on track. They're probably finished for the night. Lights are out on the pace car. Will be going green this time by. Pace car ducking off. Field's tightening up. Early restart there by Michael Hayes. Good restart. Clearly in the lead. Followed very closely by his brother Stephen Hayes. And look who's back here. DJ Honeycutt slowly worked his way back up through the field. Now is in 4th place, right there behind his father. We're 8 laps over halfway. Still got 92 laps left in this race. Stephen Hayes leading with, sorry about that. Michael Hayes leading with Stephen Hayes following closely behind him in 2nd place. Then we got Donnie Honeycutt, DJ Honeycutt, and Matthew Escalera. Followed closely by Tyler Honeycutt. Don Blazer just made a pass on Dwayne Honeycutt for 8th place. Now Jeff Weimer just passed Dwayne as well for 9th place. Weimer having a pretty solid run here. His car doesn't look too bad. Been in a couple small incidents here, but nothing that's going to slow that car down. Gerber has worked his way back up to 7th. Michael Hayes doesn't look like he's pulling away from Stephen Hayes too quickly at this point of the race. Stephen Hayes, very talented race car driver, knows how to drive these Arca cars. So I'm not surprised to see him up here, and I also won't be surprised to see him battling his brother here for the lead at some point in this race. Donnie Honeycutt still holding off DJ here for third spot. Stephen Hayes sticking right here with Michael. Then we got a small, maybe 5-car gap back to Donnie, DJ, Matthew Escalera, Tyler Honeycutt, and Steve Gerber. You can pretty much throw a blanket on all those guys. And we got Don Blazer and Jeff Weimer. Also look like they might be making up some ground. Stephen Hayes still right on the rear bumper here of Michael Hayes. We're sitting here still watching Mike Hayes and Stephen Hayes battle here for the lead. Go a little further back. Running order hasn't changed too much. Still got Donnie Honeycutt in third, followed by DJ Honeycutt and Matthew Escalera. Mark Royce looks to be on the inside of Dwayne Honeycutt. Is showing Royce 2 laps down right now, but he's the first car a lap down, so if we can get any cautions that he's not involved in, he can definitely get those laps back. Jeff Weimer is looking on the inside of Don Blazer here. Looks like he's going to get the pass done. Donnie Honeycutt looks like he might be falling off the pace a little bit. DJ's definitely closed down to the rear bumper. Back up front, Stephen Hayes is right there in the footsteps of Mike Hayes. Stephen Hayes looking on the inside of his brother here, trying to take the lead. Looks like he gets the pass completed. Mike Hayes looking for a possible crossover, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to get there. For the first time tonight, Stephen Hayes in the lead. And he looks like he's pulling away pretty quickly here. Got a battle. DJ Honeycutt got past his dad, Donnie Honeycutt, so now DJ's in third, followed by Matthew Escalera in 4th, and Donnie Honeycutt in 5th. Donnie is looking like he's having some handling problems. Extremely loose on the entry there to the turn. Steve Gerber's having a pretty solid night. Looking to get into the top 5 right here with the pass on Donnie Honeycutt. He's peeking to the inside. Donnie kind of cut his nose off there. Stephen Hayes has pulled out to about a 4/10 of a second lead now. Looks like Mike Hayes might be just overdriving a little bit too hard here. He's sliding that car around a little bit. It's definitely going to hurt his long run ability. Stephen Hayes first, Michael Hayes second, DJ Honeycutt third, Matthew Escalera fourth, Donnie Honeycutt 5th, Steve Gerber 6th, still working on trying to make the pass on Donnie here. Tyler Honeycutt 7th, Jeff Weimer 8th, Don Blazer 9th. Mark Royce definitely still has the pace here. He's caught up to Jeff and Don. He's just still trapped 2 laps down here at this point. Sherwood in the outside wall. Don't believe that's going to bring out any caution. So you see Mark Royce has gotten past Jeff Weimer. Also, Don Blazer made the pass as well, so Blazer's back in the 8th spot. That puts Jeff back to 9th. Gerber still can't find a way around Donnie Honeycutt here. The gap's opened up to about another 2/10 of a second here, so Stephen Hayes is out to a 6/10 of a second lead. These laps are winding up pretty quick here. We're at lap 135, so we got 65 laps to go. I believe all of these guys can make it on fuel from this point. Just not sure they can be able to drive these cars to the finish with the tires they have on right now. DJ solidly in the 3rd spot here. About 5 to 10 car lengths back. We got Matthew Escalera. And Gerber has finally made it around Donnie Honeycutt there for the 5th spot. Right here looks like our biggest battle on the track right now between family members. We got Donnie Honeycutt in 6th and Tyler Honeycutt trying to get that spot away from him. The lead is now grown to a 2nd for Stephen Hayes over Michael Hayes. Not sure what's going on with Don here. Looks like he might have pitted. He must have. He's 2 laps down, and it's his out lap, so he might have went and got 4 fresh tires, thinking that this thing's going to stay green. I don't know about that call. If it stays green, it'll be a great call. If it doesn't, he's going to be... at least he's the first car lap down, I believe, so he'll get one of his laps back. Mike Hayes moves over and lets him go. Doesn't give him too much trouble there. Smart. Don's on fresh tires. The lead's now grown to 1.5 to 1.6 seconds from first to second. Here's a cockpit here of Stephen Hayes. So he is sliding those rear tires just a little bit, but he's probably doing it a lot less than most of these guys out here right now. He has his offset on his steering wheel set a little different. You can see him track down the straightaways to the right, so you see Don showing up in his rearview mirror here. Don's looking on the inside. Stephen Hayes lets him go smartly. That cost Stephen Hayes a little bit of time. The lead's down to 1.3 seconds. DJ still solidly in the third spot, followed by Matthew Escalera in fourth. And it looks like Steve Gerber's making up some time here on Matthew Escalera. So Steve Gerber might be battling for the fourth spot here in the next 10-15 laps or so. Jeff Weimer out here in the 8th spot.
Caution. What was the fucking caution for? Big crash?
Caution.
Hey man, I don't know.
Looks like the caution was Don Blazer here. Yep, just getting a little too aggressive off the exit of the turn there and spun it out. Hit the wall. At least he locked it down. Didn't look like he collected anybody else but himself. If these guys have any tires left, they definitely will be coming in and taking them for sure. And it looks like all three leaders are coming down pit road, as is most of the field. Don Blazer should be the only one that's staying out, along with Mark Royce. Mark Royce is probably going to try to take the wave around here.
Dang, Don, you stole my lucky dog. Good job, man.
It looks like most of these guys were able to take tires, so that's probably the last set of tires they have right there. Stephen Hayes was able to win the race off pit road, followed by Michael Hayes, Steve Gerber, Donnie Honeycutt, Matthew Escalera, Tyler Honeycutt, Dwayne Honeycutt, Jeff Weimer, Mark Shearwood, I'm not sure what happened to DJ here, what position he's going to come out in, if he was fixing damage or not, but that looks like it was a pretty long pit stop. Yeah, DJ went in third and comes out 10th, so he must have repaired some damage. Again, appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. We've got about a quarter of the race left here. We should restart with around 50 laps to go. Been a pretty entertaining race tonight so far. Been some good racing. Handful of cautions. Expected, you know, short track racing. These guys have put on a good show. Been some really hard racing here. Lights are out on the pace car. Should be going green this time by. We'll do a real quick rundown. We got Stephen Hayes in first, Mike Hayes second, Steve Gerber third. Fourth is Donnie Honeycutt. Fifth, Matthew Escalera. Seventh, Tyler Honeycutt. I'm sorry, Dwayne Honeycutt. Jeff Weimer, eighth. I was right. It was. They're getting ready for the green flag here. Stephen Hayes gets a great restart. Clearly out in the lead. Followed by Michael Hayes. Gerber's looking on the inside of Donnie Honeycutt right here. Should have the advantage going into turn 3. And Steve Gerber takes a spot away. Steve Gerber now in third spot. These guys have already pretty much single filed out for the most part here. Stephen Hayes still in the lead with a 6/10 of a second lead over Michael Hayes, followed by Steve Gerber in third, 8/10 of a second back. Side by side, Donnie Honeycutt and Matthew Escalera battling for the 4th spot. Escalera is on the outside with Donnie on the inside. Donnie should have the favored spot here. Matthew gets a great run down the straightaway going into turn 3 and 4. Matthew hanging real tough out there on the outside, trying to make this work. I think it's just a matter of time before Donnie gets around him. And he does right there. Donnie now in 4th spot. Matthew Escalera falls back to 5th. 6th spot, Tyler Honeycutt. And in 7th, Jeff Weimer. Again, Jeff Weimer's had a real quiet night, but solidly in the 7th spot here. See if he can gain any spots towards the end of the race. Stephen Hayes has opened it up to a 1-second lead over Mike Hayes. And then looks like Steve Gerber's about 8/10 of a second back from Michael Hayes for the 2nd spot. Don Blazer still out here. He's 4 laps down. It looks like Mark Royce has called it a night. Has parked it and got out of the car. The lead continues to get larger. Stephen Hayes pulling away from 2nd place. DJ looking to work on Mark Sherwood here. DJ up to 9th spot. Michael Hayes desperately trying to run down Stephen Hayes here. Not sure it can happen. Once Stephen Hayes is in the lead, he's going to take care of his stuff. Drive smart. Try not to make any mistakes. Steve Gerber having a real good night tonight, running in the third spot, sitting in that last podium spot. He definitely had to overcome some adversity tonight, been involved in a couple minor incidents. Done a great job to race back up to third. Donnie Honeycutt also having a great night, running in fourth here. Followed by Tyler Honeycutt in fifth. Matthew Escalera has now fallen back to sixth spot with Jeff Weimer right there in seventh. DJ looks like he's trying to work his way up through here. Has made the pass on Mark Shearwood. Now looking to try to run down Jeff and Matthew Escalera. Stephen Hayes still continues to lead up front, opening up the lead to about a 1.5 second lead now over Michael Hayes. Mike Hayes looked like he had a little problem in that turn there. Cost him about a half a second. Looks like he's trying to diamond the turns. Not sure that's going to work out for him. Stephen Hayes is starting to make up some ground on Michael Hayes. I don't know if I said Steve Gerber is making up ground on Michael Hayes. Sorry, I don't know if I said that correctly. Donnie Honeycutt still in fourth. All these guys right here all in a line. DJ's inching closer and closer to the back end of Jeff Weimer here. He'll definitely be looking to make the pass. Matthew Escalera definitely dealing with a loose race car. Had that thing completely sideways coming off the exit of 4. Jeff Weimer looks down to the inside, making a pass on Matthew right here for the 6th spot. Looks like he's going to get it done going into 3 here. Also able to follow right through is DJ Honeycutt. Probably not what Jeff wanted to see there. Gerber's cut it down to a half a second between him and Mike Hayes. And Stephen Hayes still continuing to grow the lead, almost up to a 4-second lead now. These guys are going to need a caution if they want to have anything for Stephen Hayes. Donnie still in 4th, followed by TJ, or not TJ, I'm sorry. Tyler Honeycutt. Matthew looks like he might be falling through the field here. He might lose another spot to Mark Shearwood. Now Stephen Hayes has pulled that gap from Gerber up to about a second now. Still 4.5 seconds to his brother in first place. Give the leader some camera time here. He's earned it tonight. Got 25 laps left. Jeff Weimer looking to try to get past Tyler Honeycutt here. DJ Honeycutt still following right behind Jeff. Oh, wow. I'm not sorry about that, guys. I don't know how I missed that. Steve Gerber got by Michael Hayes for the second spot. Let me just rewind this real quick for you guys. See how we got this away from Hayes. Oh, looks like Hayes got into the wall up there. That's what allowed Steve Gerber to get by him. All right, we're back live. Sorry about that. Michael Hayes has definitely looked like he's struggling right now as he's getting past or trying to get past by Donnie Honeycutt. Donnie is able to make the pass, so now Donnie Honeycutt's in third spot. Jeff Weimer has gotten past Tyler Honeycutt. Now Jeff's up to the fifth spot, followed right there behind him with DJ Honeycutt. And Stephen Hayes is now out to a 6.5 second lead. Steve Gerber in second. Donnie Honeycutt in third, followed by Mike Hayes in fourth. Then you got Jeff Weimer and DJ Honeycutt right there for fifth and sixth. Gerber's definitely losing ground to Stephen Hayes. Don't think he has a shot to run him down here with only 19 laps to go. Jeff's desperately trying to keep this fifth spot here, but DJ's right there. If Jeff makes any mistakes at all, DJ will be right there to pounce and take the spot away. Now it looks like Donnie's starting to pull away from Michael Hayes a little bit and may be able to run down Stephen Hayes or Steve Gerber here for the second spot. I'll keep an eye on that gap. It's down to a second between Donnie and Gerber. Since Steve Hayes has taken the lead, there has nobody that's had enough speed to maintain or keep up with him. As long as he stays mistake-free, I think this is his race to lose for sure. So the gap between Donnie Honeycutt and Steve Gerber is shrinking. It's down to 0.8 of a second. We'll keep a close eye on that. Looks like Jeff Weimer has also started to catch the rear end of Michael Hayes here a little bit. Michael Hayes looks like he's really struggling on the exit of these turns.
There better be some real fucking problem out there to throw the damn caution.
We had a caution.
Bro, if you could, I had no idea what was happening there.
Looks like it may have been Matthew Escalera that brought it out. Yep, looks like a self-spin, but also he might have just got on the brakes extra hard there, trying not to get into Mark Sherwood. He just loops it around and looks like he tags the inside wall. So that brings the caution out. That'll bunch everybody up here for the last 12 or so laps. I don't believe you're going to see too many takers on pit road unless people have saved tires, but I don't think anyone has any tires left to put on. Mark Sherwood comes down. If he has a set of tires left, he might be, let's see. Yeah, Sherwood is on the lead lap. Let's see what, he's going down pit road. Let me see if he's changing tires or not. Doesn't look like it. Might be just getting some damage fixed. Yeah, I didn't see any tires change there. Again, appreciate you guys sticking around and watching the race. Apologize for only having one announcer. I'm not exactly probably announcer material. Mike Lester normally broadcasts the Arca series on Global Racing Esports Network, but he couldn't be here tonight due to some medical stuff. He's doing fine, thank God. He just had a procedure done today that wouldn't allow him to announce the race. So we are down to about our final 10 laps here of a 200-lap race at USA International Speedway. It's been a pretty entertaining race. We've had some comers and goers. Stephen Hayes was not up front for the first 30 to 40% of this race, but since being out front here towards the end of the race, no one's had anything for him. So, run down the field here real quick. We got Stephen Hayes in first, Steve Gerber in second, Donnie Honeycutt third, Michael Hayes in fourth, Jeff Weimer in fifth, sixth is DJ Honeycutt, seventh is Tyler Honeycutt, eighth is Dwayne Honeycutt, ninth Mark Sherwood, Matthew Escalera is in 10th, a lap down, and Don Blazer is in 11th, 7 laps down. Mark Royce, Ricky Hudgens, Justin LeBlanc, and Daniel Ott are all out of their cars and off the track. Lights are out on the pace car. Will be going green this time by. These guys got to be careful and watch for that tire spin on the restart here. They are on about 40 lap old tires. Pace car ducks down. Stephen Hayes is in control of the field. He gets a good restart.
Green flag.
Steve Gerber looks like he's going to be in second, blocking off that inside. Got some side-by-side action with Michael Hayes and Donnie Honeycutt here for the third spot. Michael Hayes is fighting real hard on the outside. Then we got Jeff Weimer and DJ Honeycutt also battling. Looks like Jeff was able to secure the spot. DJ was looking to the outside there. Stephen Hayes, or Mike Hayes, is up in the fence. Going to lose a few spots here. Going to allow Jeff to look down on the inside. Jeff getting a little loose coming off the turn there. Jeff still battling on the inside with Michael Hayes here on the outside. Jeff looking to take this spot over and be in the fourth spot. Mike Hayes is doing a good job of holding him down there, not giving him too much room. Jeff gets loose, and that's going to cost him a few spots right there for sure. Oh, and he spins out right in front of DJ.
Caution, caution.
Caution is out.
Guys, just quickly, just remember, nice and smooth, take in fluids, stay by those fans, do what you can to keep cool.
That's a shame for Jeff. He was having a great race there. I think he just got in the turn a little too hot, a little too hard on the brakes. Also didn't have a great angle. He got loose off the turn here. That put him to the inside of the track, and then it was hard on the brakes. Not enough banking down there to keep him from spinning around. All right, we're back live. Stephen Hayes still in the lead with Steve Gerber in second, Donnie Honeycutt in third, Michael Hayes fourth. DJ was able to get around Jeff there while I was spinning. DJ's now in fifth with Tyler Honeycutt in sixth, Mark Sherwood seventh. Eighth is Dwayne Honeycutt. Ninth is Jeff Weimer. Matthew Escalera should now be on the lead lap, and he'll be in 10th, followed by Don Blazer, who's 7 laps down in 11th. This should be a green-white checkered. I believe we have 3 attempts at a green-white checkered here. Once they take the white flag, the next flag will end the race. They'll race back to the line, and that's how the race will be graded. These guys are probably going to be pretty aggressive on this restart, knowing they don't have too many laps to make passes. So we might have some late race excitement here. Again, Mark Sherwood looks like he made up some spots. I did not see him take tires, though. Usually the car, if they take tires, the car will get jacked up on either side. Lights are out on the pace car. We'll be going green next time by. And yes, we do have 3 attempts at a green-white checkered, and this will be attempt number 1. Got Stephen Hayes on the inside, Steve Gerber on the outside, followed by Donnie Honeycutt in third and Michael Hayes in fourth. Pace car's ducking down to pit road. Stephen Hayes is in control. Stomps on it early. Looks like he got a great restart. Also, Steve Gerber looks like he got a good restart. Donnie Honeycutt's looking down on the inside of Steve Gerber. Gerber looks like he's going to get the run down the straightaway. Needs to close off this inside. Looks like he does that. Donnie Honeycutt's still down there. There you go. Gerber cut down on the inside there. Blocked that inside line. Stephen Hayes is still in the lead. Coming to the finish here. Stephen Hayes is your winner with Steve Gerber in second, Donnie Honeycutt in third, DJ Honeycutt fourth. Brother coming up to give him a little congratulations. That was a little more than a congrats. It's a real dominant, good race there by Stephen Hayes. He led probably the last 100 laps of this race. Nobody had pace for him took care of his tires and got the job done. Our top 3 finishers are Stephen Hayes, Steve Gerber, and Donnie Honeycutt. Those will be the drivers we're talking to tonight.
Whole lane there.
Hey, Gerb,
Oh,
you gonna
yeah.
come
Yeah.
do the interview?
Sure. Sure.
Oh, they all got out.
No. Gerb's gonna go do the interview.
That was a long race. Holy fuck.
I was doing everything I could, make sure
All
I didn't
right.
go up on
Hey, guys, sorry. I
no,
don't think I have the permissions to do what everybody, what Mike does. So just I'll do the interview with Donnie first here. Donnie, congratulations coming in third here. Give us a little insight on how the race went and what your strategy was out there tonight.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good race. I tried to be a little aggressive early on, just to see what my tire wear was going to do. Long run, like kind of wore my tires out, sort of falling back. But trying to dodge all the wrecks was the biggest thing. I think I have involved with one, trying to pass for third. I think I got turned a little bit, and luckily the damage wasn't too bad. Then a couple other wrecks I barely missed or got into it just a little bit, but yeah, after that, after I got new tires, I tried to save tires a little bit. Long runs a little bit better for me after that, but all in all, pretty good race.
Yeah, definitely, Donnie. It looks like you overcame some adversity. Definitely took care of them tires. How was the car driving out there tonight for all the viewers?
Oh man, it was like on ice. It was very, very loose, especially coming off the exit. You had to be easy on the throttle. If you didn't, you were coming around. So
yeah, we saw that all night. We definitely saw you guys shaking the tail feather out there, coming off the turns. But congratulations, what a great run there, finishing third, getting on the podium. Before we let you go tonight, anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Sure. As always, Hypershift Motorsports, Steven and DJ, Tyler, Dwayne, and Ricky. He didn't make it tonight, but all these guys are great to work race with, and we share our strategies and everything. So it's pretty fun racing with those guys. All my family, friends out there that watches all the broadcasts, to all of them. My mom, she's always watching all the races, so I got to give a shout out to her. But Global, you, Michael, Dale, for the broadcast, we appreciate everything you guys do, and thanks for stepping in and helping Michael out this week.
No problem, Donnie. Congratulations again on that third place finish, and great race tonight.
All right, man. Appreciate it, Dale.
All right, next we're going to bring up Steve Gerber, the driver of the night here, coming through the field and finishing second. Steve, how was it out there tonight? And just give us your perspective on how the race went.
Yeah, it was a battle. I mean, I was front to back, back to front. It was crazy. I mean, I think I was in the wrecks. I was avoiding them. I was all over the place. And
Yeah, we definitely saw you in a couple.
handful.
Saw you in a couple minor fender benders there, but you kept the car clean enough, and looks like you were doing pretty good with the tire wear conservation there, and able to drive home to a real good second place finish. What was your strategy, and how was the car being for you, and what were you trying to, these are fixed setups, so we couldn't adjust anything really in the car but brake bias, but what were you trying to adjust in your driving style to make these cars work tonight?
Just trying to brake as soon as I could, not missing the corner. That's what a lot of guys were doing, was just sliding up, so I was trying not to do that. I wasn't successful at every corner, but that was the kind of the strategy. And just kind of based on what I saw in practice, I think patience was definitely hard to pass. You definitely had to get on the inside of somebody's quarter panel and hope that they were, kind of going to give you a little bit there, because either that or they were going to have to decide. Either they were going to force it on your outside in the corner and they might go around, or they're going to have to give it up. So that's the strategy, was try to get enough of a run so that they had to make that decision. And that's about all you can do, is just try to get good runs and then don't screw up in the corner.
Yeah, you kind of answered my next statement there. It looked like the bottom line was definitely the dominant line, especially in the turns. The guys on the outside could get a decent run off the turn down the straightaway, but it just looked like that if you were on the inside, over a course of 3 or 4 laps, you were probably going to be able to make the pass work there. So, exciting race again, Steve. Congratulations on the second place podium finish there. Good drive from you tonight. Before we let you go, anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just shout out to the buds that are running with me, and shout out to you for stepping in and doing a good job. I'm sure on the broadcast it'll be fun to listen to, and probably a fun race to watch on the broadcast. So yeah, appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you guys. It was definitely an exciting race to call. Mike had a little medical procedure today, so he couldn't really call the race. So I definitely didn't mind stepping in. Hopefully I did okay on the broadcast, and appreciate you guys coming out and putting a great show on. And have a great night, Gerb.
Thanks, Dale.
All right, and then the man that came home with the checkered flag, Stephen Hayes, Dale Brooks in the booth. You got a copy?
Got you, Dale. How you doing?
I'm good. Well, I'm hoping you're doing a little better. We didn't see you too much in the front there at the first half of the race, but man, once you got in the lead, you just dominated. From then on out, I don't think anybody had the pace to keep up with you there. Just walk us through the strategy and kind of how your race played out, and what was the key to getting the victory tonight.
Oh, well, I mean, this track changed so much from day to night. I mean, it was a huge difference, way more grip at the end. Beginning of the race, I really didn't have a strategy. The car did not feel good. I was dropping back, just wasn't going for me. DJ and Justin unfortunately got into each other, which kind of took out Justin out of that, which sucks. I think those two were the top runners for today, but without Justin and DJ in that race, that kind of gave me a pretty good chance at this. So once the night got colder and the track got a little bit colder and got more grippier, I started finding the line. It was a pretty good diamonding into the corner, what I found. But yeah, anyways, I just got more grip and I was able to run better lines and manage my tires pretty good.
Yeah, it looked like for a little while there, your brother Michael Hayes had the lead and was doing pretty good, managing the gap. But then once you guys had that pit stop and you guys were both on the same tires, you were able to make the pass from him, pass on him there and kind of just pull away and really gap the field. And then after that, nobody really could touch you. Yeah, it was definitely unfortunate early in the race with Justin and DJ. They're both great racers. I know there was nothing intentional there at all. From my perspective, I saw DJ had a nose inside. There was a little bit of a slower lap car out on the outside, and Justin kind of just came down, and they kind of came together. So I know DJ's hold on. DJ's a clean racer. Definitely, I don't think there was anything intentional there. Definitely sucked for Justin. They definitely had the pace early, but hey, it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish the race, and you had the pace at the end. And just congratulations on the win. And before we let you go, Steven, anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
I'll give a shout out to Steve Gerber and Donnie Honeycutt for the top 3. Donnie worked for that one pretty good, and Steve Gerber. Congrats to those guys. Hypershift racing with me today. Always fun racing with them. Have a blast with them. I just want to talk about Michael Lester. I know he's having work done on his throat, and I hope he recovers from that very quickly. Send my regards to him. Shout out to you up in the booth. Always fun having you broadcast these. It's a pleasure coming back and watching these races, showing them to my family and all that good stuff. So besides that, I love you, Mom.
Well, we appreciate you, Steven, and yes, we're definitely thinking of Michael Lester. I'm pretty sure he'll be back next week. Everything went good today, so that's great news.
Awesome.
And just thanks to all the drivers tonight. And Dale Brooks from the booth, we'll have a good night, and we'll see you guys later.